Healing after an abusive relationship, how to rebuild safety, self-trust, and peace. If you are out of an abusive relationship, but your body still feels like you are trapped, this video is for you. I'm going to give you a clear recovery map for anxiety, CPTSD style triggers, trust issues, and the spiritual fallout, so you can become yourself again, only smarter, stronger, and more discerning. Before we start, two important notes. First, this video is educational and supportive. It is not therapy, not medical advice, and it cannot replace professional help. If you are in danger right now, or you are still being contacted, threatened, stalked, or controlled, please prioritize safety and reach out to local support. Second, I am speaking to people who are already out, but still suffering from the aftermath. That is real. Leaving is not the end of abuse. The nervous system can keep replaying the threat long after the threat is gone. If anything in this video feels too activating, pause. Take a breath. Come back later. Healing is not a test you have to pass in one sitting. Abuse is not only something that happened to you, it is something your nervous system learned. Abuse teaches your body these rules. Something bad can happen at any moment. I have to scan constantly. My needs are dangerous. Love means confusion. Calm is suspicious. If I relax, I will get hurt. That is why people can be free on paper, but still living in survival mode inside their skin. And abuse also does something spiritual. Even if you do not use religious language, the spirit of a person can be affected. Abuse often attacks your sense of meaning, your sense of goodness, your sense of protection in the world, your trust in your own inner knowing. Many people leave an abusive relationship and feel two kinds of pain at once: grief for what happened and grief for who they became just to survive it. So the goal is not to go back to the old you exactly. The goal is to integrate what happened, reclaim your life, and rebuild a self that is both soft and strong. Here is the map. I want you to remember this. You heal by building safety, then stability, then self-trust, then connection, then meaning. Safety first, then stability in the nervous system, then self-trust and discernment, then healthier relationships, then spiritual and emotional meaning. If you skip steps, you often feel stuck, not because you're broken, but because your body is asking for the earlier steps first. Step 1. Rebuild safety in real life, not just in your head. People often try to heal by thinking their way out of fear, but the body needs proof. Ask yourself these questions gently. Is there any ongoing contact with the abusive person? Are there any open doors, even small ones, that keep me in fear? Do I keep checking their social media, their new partner, their life, their moods? Do I keep rehearsing conversations I will never have? Do I keep fantasizing about closure that requires their participation? One of the hardest truths is this: closure is not something an abusive person gives you. Closure is something you build. Practical safety is not dramatic. It is boring and repetitive, and it works. Block access where you can. Limit information. Document harassment if needed. Strengthen boundaries with mutual friends. Reduce exposure to triggers you can control. And here is a very important point. You can miss someone and still protect yourself from them. Missing does not mean it was love. Missing often means your nervous system bonded to relief, to crumbs, to the end of conflict, to the brief moments of warmth after fear. That is not shameful. That is human biology. If safety is still unstable, healing will feel unstable too. So we start here. Step 2, stabilize your nervous system after chronic threat. If you lived in prolonged emotional threat, your nervous system likely learned hypervigilance. That can look like racing thoughts, insomnia, sudden panic, body jolts, startle response, guilt for resting fear when things are calm, over-explaining, people-pleasing, dissociation or numbness, constant rumination. So we're going to focus on skills that bring your body back to the present. A simple daily practice, name the now. I want you to try this out loud once or twice a day. Right now, I am safe enough. Right now, I am in my home. Right now, the threat is not in this room. Right now, my body is remembering, but I am here. Then name 5 neutral details you can see. A chair, a wall, a cup, a light, a window. Neutral is key. Your brain needs non-threatening input. The trigger plan. Pause, label, choose. When you get triggered, the goal is not to force yourself to be calm instantly. The goal is to reduce the damage. Step 1, pause. Step 2, label. Say this is a trigger. This is my nervous system. Step 3, choose one action that protects you. That might be leaving the room, getting water, putting your hand on your chest, texting a safe person, or changing the environment. A trigger is not a moral failure. It is a nervous system echo. The sleep principle, healing becomes 10 times harder without sleep. If sleep is disrupted, treat sleep like a recovery project. Reduce caffeine, create a predictable wind down, lower stimulation at night. Talk to a professional if nightmares are severe. Stability is not glamorous, but it is the foundation. Step 3. Rebuild self-trust and stop gaslighting yourself. After abuse, one of the most painful symptoms is this: you do not trust your own perception. You may ask yourself, was it really abuse? Am I exaggerating? Was it my fault? What if I am the toxic one? Why do I still miss them? Why am I still thinking about it? This is where we bring back discernment. The clarity lounge, in plain language, a list of facts, not interpretations. They insulted me when I cried. They punished me with silence. They threatened to leave to control me. They mocked my boundaries. They lied repeatedly. They made me feel afraid in my own home. Facts end confusion. The self-trust mantra, here is a sentence that helps many people. If I felt afraid, confused, or smaller around them consistently, something was wrong. Abuse does not require bruises to be real. Discernment is not paranoia. Discernment means you learn patterns without becoming cold. Discernment sounds like, I pay attention to consistency. I watch how someone handles no. I notice whether apology leads to change. I notice whether my body relaxes or tightens around them. I do not explain myself into the ground. One of the most powerful skills you can learn after abuse is the ability to trust the discomfort signal early, without having to collect a mountain of proof. That is not bitterness. That is wisdom. Step 4. Rebuild your relationship with people without rushing. Many survivors do one of two things. They isolate completely, or they attach quickly to feel safe. But healing tends to happen in the middle. Safe connection, slowly. Here are healthy rules for rebuilding trust. Rule 1. Trust is earned in patterns, not declared in words. Someone can say they are safe. Time shows it. Rule 2. You not owe full access to anyone. You can take people in layers. You can be kind and still private. Rule 3. Learn your new red flags. After abuse, your red flags may change. Love bombing, fast intimacy, pressure for quick commitment, guilt when you set a boundary, inconsistent stories, anger at accountability, making you feel responsible for their emotions. Rule 4. Practice small boundaries. Start small. No, I cannot talk tonight. No, I need time to think. No, I am not comfortable with that. Yes, I would like to leave now. If that feels terrifying, that is not weakness. That is conditioning. You are retraining your body to understand that boundaries do not equal danger anymore. Step 5. Spiritual recovery and meaning without denial. Now let us talk about the spiritual part, because many people do not name it, but they feel it. Abuse often leaves a person asking, how could I not see it? Where was God? Or where was protection? Or where was goodness? Why did I attract this? Am I being punished? Is love even real? Can I trust anything? Spiritual recovery is not about forcing positivity. It is about restoring a sense of meaning and inner authority. Here are 3 spiritual anchors that do not require you to deny what happened. Anchor 1. Your suffering was real, and it mattered. Minimizing is not spiritual. Truth is spiritual. Anchor 2. You are allowed to outgrow who you were when you met them. You do not have to stay loyal to an old version of yourself just because she endured it. Anchor 3. Turn your pain into discernment, not cynicism. Cynicism says nobody is safe. Discernment says I can learn who is safe. There is a quiet spiritual strength that appears when you realize I survived something that tried to erase my voice, and my voice is still here. If you pray, pray for clarity and steady peace, not for the past to be rewritten. If you do not pray, you can still practice reverence for your own life. Lighting a candle, taking a walk with intention, writing a letter to your past self, creating a ritual of release. Ritual is the nervous system's language. It helps the body close chapters. The integration, becoming yourself again, but wiser goes. Now let us bring it together. You are not trying to return to the person you were before. You are becoming someone new, someone who knows the signs, someone who has boundaries, someone who can love without abandoning herself, someone who can be soft without being naive. Here are 3 closing truths I want you to carry. 1. Healing is not linear. Triggers do not mean you are failing. 2. You can miss them and still never go back. Your body can crave a pattern even when your mind knows the truth. 3. Your life can get bigger than what happened to you. If you want a simple weekly goal, use this. This week, I will choose one action that increases safety, one action that increases stability, one action that increases self-trust, one action that increases connection, one action that increases meaning. Small steps, repeated, rebuild a life. If this video helped you, consider liking it, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who is out but still hurting. And if you are in the middle of the aftermath right now, I want you to hear this clearly. What happened was not your fault. Your symptoms make sense, and healing is possible.